Yes, people, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. A certified and experienced detective of the Jamaica Constabulary Force is about to educate you with facts that hyperbole for the government or its minions or for any entity. You understand? I'm just here to um, dissect and give you the truth. So, what we see has been happening. A Jamaican, forward a video to me, showing that America, the United States of America, has been very, very disrespectful to the Jamaican people in terms of, flying the LGBTQ plus flag in Jamaica. And as you can see, the video, I watched it in the entirety. It was on one of our locals, one of the local TV station down there in Jamaica, and it's on CVM. And, to spin it around, no country could not do that in America. But the worst thing, to make matters worse with the Jamaican who sent it to me, is that America would not dare do this in Africa or the Middle East. And he's saying that although Jamaicans are violent, um, Jamaicans are not that violent as it and an extreme as the people in Africa and the Middle East, because we are docile in this in the western part of the world. Our ancestors were brought to Jamaica from Africa. So the Jamaican people are not passive people. They are, as he has pointed out, and I know too, they are some of the most violent people, black people in the world. If they want to get violent, these people, I can tell you that. That's Jamaican people. And with the rise of Islam in Jamaica, because when I was growing up, there was no, I know, and there was no mosque in Jamaica, and they're building up mosques like crazy there because the Arabs from Pakistan and all those places that hated America, there are a lot of them in Jamaica, and I remember that Jamaica is very, very close to the United States. So and I've been saying, imagine if these people radicalize our people there in Jamaica, you know, and America, it's America. This is the 21st century, and it's not like people are illiterate and in the dark as one time. So America must show respect to other people's culture and respect, laws and stuff like that. You can't be, it's a one-sided relationship, and that's the reason why Americans are the most hated people in the world when they have done their polls and all these think tanks around the world. But I'm the kind of person who, I don't really, believe in poll that much because they can construe it and doctor it and all kind of thing. And it all depends on the questions. You understand? To get the temperature of the people and all their thinking. So, but I want you to watch this video, and this is out of Jamaica and the Jamaican people. This was last year, 2021, and they are upset. You understand? But I'll touch on a little to give you the history why Jamaican people are like that. Because I remember, Jamaican people are poor people. You understand what I'm saying? And they don't even have good hospitals there. So these kind of lifestyle, that's why they don't want it there. You understand? It is there, because look, I've worked with people who are gays. I'm not say gay, man, a homosexual man who love man and stuff like that. I know three of them. One of them worked with me and he was shot, Kirk Palmer. I said it in the video that Jamaicans do not kill gays. And another guy, Peter Lewis and Human, three of them. Human in cases unsolved, and that case can be solved. And I have made a video about it, and the Jamaica Constabulary Force, they know the suspect, So I don't know why these homosexual people, when they kill other homosexual, is there like they have immunity from prosecution? I don't know. I don't know what is going on down there because we have seen with the prime minister's attorney at law a man was American was murdered in his house and he was not charged. Circumstantial evidence, no one recover, all kind of shenanigans. You understand? And under normal circumstances, that attorney would be in jail. You understand? But sorry for the digression. So I want you to watch this video of what the Jamaican people are saying about what the United States government has done under President Joe Biden. And the people are saying that Donald Trump at least, he had respected them. But Joe Biden has shown not only little, no respect for the black people in Jamaica. And he's just like Barack Obama. So I wanted to listen to this.
Cultural imperialism, the phrase in most of the placards, broadly refers to the exercise of domination in cultural relationships. In such cases, the values, practices, and meaning of a powerful foreign culture are imposed upon one or more native cultures.
And as you might be able to see in the background, the U.S. Embassy continues to fly the LGBT flag, lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender flag, in breach of the Vienna Convention, Articles 31E, Article 20, and Article 41. Right? They are being hostile towards our laws, our culture, and our own democratic system. Instead of flying the Jamaican flag for emancipation, they have decided to fly that flag, and that is an insult to our country.
Philippa Davies, advocacy officer for the Jamaica Coalition for a Healthy Society, says the flag represents life practices that threatens the Jamaican culture and the teachings of the Bible. She says it also affects the health of the society.
You have to understand what that multicolored flag represents. It represents normalizing perverse sexual behaviors and lifestyle choices, behaviors and lifestyles that lead to disease and death. Our Christian duty is to speak the truth in love.
Protesters say they've been peacefully protesting that the flag be taken down since the day it was raised, but are shocked it remains on the flagpole up to Emancipendence Week. Efforts to contact the U.S. consulate and a member of the LGBTQ group on Friday proved futile. However, the protesters say they will continue to stand against the flying of the rainbow-colored flag, describing it as a symbol of disrespect on Jamaican soil.
Article 20 specifically says the only flag that should fly is their national flag. The LGBT flag is not their national flag. Their own people have not agreed to that at all, okay? And so they're in breach of it. They need to be held accountable. And I challenge anybody from the U.S. Embassy to debate me this
So as
on
you
a
have heard,
national stage.
the Jamaican people complaining about this, about the LGBTQ plus flag that is flying above the United States Embassy along with the American flag. So if we believe in truth and honesty and the rule of law, who's gonna hold America accountable for breaching the United Nations charter that they have signed? There's no one called the United Nations, it is United States of America. The only two countries in the world that's kind of checking America is China and Russia. And right now Russia is a pariah in the world because Russia Russia has Russia has caused themselves to attack their neighbor, Ukraine, because Ukraine is an independent country and because Ukraine is aligned to the United States of America and the West. I I don't know in which a lot of a lot of people have been saying that the reason why Ukraine is aligned to the West is because of the LGBTQ plus thing that they have imposed on them and they're normalizing that Russia is saying that they don't want it near them. So, in the press, they're not, most times you're not going to hear the truth. So, you understand? So, that's what's causing the problem there in Russia. I don't know. I don't live there. That I'm not a part of the intelligence community to know that information. But that is what is said in the blogosphere. Like people like Tony Perkins, an American conservative, and people like that. And that's why men like Tucker Carlson and all those people support Russia. You understand? It has nothing to do with a sovereign country, and all of this has to do with the rule of God, the laws of God, and the Bible, and all those things. So that's why this hatred and pinning against country. So and they're working towards one world domination. But the thing is that China is not aligned with America in terms of like supporting them in imposing these sanctions on Russia. But that's how it is. And most people do not understand that cultural, that the cultural thing with America that they're imposing, cultural imperialism that America is imposing on the world, especially, the small black countries. You know, the most powerful flag in the world, that is not a country. Yes, it's the LGBTQ plus um, flag, you know, and we know that the flag represent we know that flags represent a country. Still, this flag does not represent any country but a group of people who at times behave with deep-seated hatred towards others who do not support their lifestyle and the way of living. And the reason why people do not support their lifestyle and their living is out of love. You understand? So they use money as a means to get compliance and silence. If you speak up, be prepared for economic terrorism, although you are loving and a peaceful being. You understand? A peaceful human. That's how it is in the world. Since the cancel culture of Jamaican artist Shabarang started in 1993, and they realized that they have been very successful. So you understand, and what you have to understand that cultural imperialism is a process and practice of promoting one culture over another. So because the United States of America is the most powerful country in the world because of its military and they control the money system, you understand? So that's what they do. So often this occurred during colonization. So when they're talking about people are free from slavery. This is a form of colonization, so where people are still not free. So Jamaican people are still not free, even after 400 odd years of slavery. So this is a new form of slavery. This is mental slavery. Because people free. Look, before I was born and before Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and those people was born, people have been practicing the homosexual lifestyle forever since, but they weren't imposing it on anyone. But what is happening now is that they want to impose it on your kids. So, to desensitize them, and that's one of the biggest problems why you have this tug of war and the Republicans in America supporting Russia. It's not because Russia is a communist country, that's the only reason. But they are not telling you, they're pretending like, yeah, because of Donald Trump. No, it's not that, You understand what I'm saying? We're one nation overpower another country, typically one that is economically disadvantaged and militarily weaker. The dominant government then forces its cultural belief and practice onto the conquered nation. This has happened since the nations have been warring, beginning with the Greek and Roman empires to the French and British Empire, the American Revolution, and the rise of communist government in China and Soviet Union to the present day government changes worldwide. Culture can be infused in various ways, such as creating new laws and policies concerning what specific types of education, religion, art, language are used. For example, when Native American tribes were forced onto reservation, the United States government dictated that children attend Christian-based boarding school. They were taught to read and write English. The use of their native language were discouraged or forbidden, and people even die for it. The people who own this land in America. So it's a long time colonization has been going on. As a result, people find alternative ways of maintaining their culture. Sometimes groups are forced into exile and their cultural practice are outlawed. Language or music is adapted as a means of to continue the culture. For example, stories that can be hidden within songs, lyrics, rhythm from their traditional music or emerge with new dominant forms to maintain parts of their culture, as within the Native American community. Other populations have been forced to change their lifestyle of dress, religion, language, and custom. This is common through the suppression of faith and in various countries. So you have to understand that my ancestors are from Africa. I don't speak nothing. I have no connection with Africa. It's just that my genetics is African and European. You understand? I don't know nothing about I have no connection. When I say African culture, I say this is what I have, grew up with. Everything I've been indoctrinated, socialized with Western cultural beliefs. And then, if if and when if I should speak how they have taught me, then you know what? I am a hater. I am homophobic and I am dysphobic. I am not homophobic. I have worked with gays that have been shot, almost killed in my presence, and I helped. I know that he was gay. I have there are three policemen that I know from training school from 1987 that were gays, and nobody tried to hurt them. All of them were killed by their lovers. You understand? So when they're talking about you speak up and anything, but you're homophobic, that is just a way of bullying, cultural imperialism by these people, and then they use economic terrorism to banish you. But love is love, and God is love. You understand? Thanks for tuning into the Jamaica Young Police Channel. Remember to like, share, and most of all, comment below and share your experience. You understand? I can share a lot of experience about this LGBTQ plus thing because anybody, if you do not know any gay person or any lesbian, then you need to check yourself. You understand? One love, all the best to you. Peace.